Great evening, everybody. Come on in the room. Great evening, great evening. Welcome to Sister to Sister Talk Power Moves. Listen, I had to look down real quick to make sure that we were all free of distractions, right? But great evening, everybody. Come on in the room. My name is Mone't S. Horton. I am the visionary and host of Sister to Sister Talk Power Move. Super excited to be here with you all tonight. Take a moment, get your pen, your pad, your notepad, whatever you need to take some copious notes, as they used to say in school, because we're going to dive right in. I don't know about you, but it has been a full September. We are coming to the end. Can you believe it? But here we are. And of course, we are joined here tonight with our amazing co-host, Lady T. Era Parker. Say hey to the people.
Hey, everybody. Happy Monday.
Yes, happy Monday. Y'all, this is time that we say this is your self-care time. This is the time that you should intentionally set aside for yourself to after a full day, a Monday, the moment, the days that you're diving back into the week. And for some, it never ends, even during your weekend, right? For some, it may just be beginning, but we have this time that is for you to jump into the flow. And the flow is where we fearlessly level up, we overcome, and we win. You see how that just flows, y'all. So this is not a show, but it's a flow. This is your time again to set aside. If you're driving, we want you to be careful, but you want to tune on in and make those mental notes. If you're home, go ahead and sit aside. But come on and tune in with us tonight. We have a super amazing lady, woman who is out here doing amazing things in the world. And we have she's our special guest tonight, and we're excited to have her. Before I share her introduction, a little bit about her, her bio, I want you again to take a moment to click and share. Sharing is caring. Tonight we're talking about when profession and passion collide. What? When it collides. There are some people out there who are in their work every day. But it's a question of whether or not this is really a part of their passion or their purpose work. And it could be different, right? But we want to take this opportunity tonight to share with you a woman who has been able to meet it at the intersection, and she's doing it and she's impacting lives in the community. And so let me go ahead and take a moment to introduce our special guest tonight. I'm going to go ahead and uh, share tonight. Tonight we have Miss Senita Hill with us, and she is the accomplished founder and CEO of Peace on Patuxent Inc., also known as POPi, a distinguished nonprofit organization specializing in respite care. Her journey as a dedicated public servant and her passion for helping others led her to establish this remarkable initiative while continuing to serve in the government. Sanita's roots in Prince George's County, Maryland, provided the backdrop for her home based commercial business, POPi. This nonprofit has gained widespread recognition for its unwavering commitment of services to the community. Senita Hill is no stranger to the world of service, boasting over 20 years of experience within various facets of the Department of Commerce. Her illustrious career began in 2003 when she joined the federal government as an executive assistant with the Department of Commerce, especially with the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, focusing on weather and satellites. Now, over the years, she has transitioned her roles within the federal government, taking on responsibilities as a program analyst. During her tenure, she also ventured into research where she became involved in projects related to the NOAA's ships and aircraft. It was during these assignments that Senita developed a keen interest in project management. Now, with her newfound expertise in project management, financial acumen, and leadership skills, she has made the courageous decision to initiate POPi in 2021. Her nonprofit Respite Care was born from the desire to provide essential support to the women diagnosed with cancer. Sunita's remarkable career has taken her through various roles where she's honed her organizational and communication skills. Her extensive experience in both private and government service and her profound passion for making a difference in her community has driven her to create her nonprofit that exemplifies her unwavering commitment to helping others. Now, Senita Hill's story is one of dedication, compassion, and resolute pursuit of her mission to provide a nurturing space that inspires hope, empowerment, peace, and enlightenment for women diagnosed with life leveling cancer. Without further ado, welcome, Miss Anita Hill.
Thank you. What an introduction.
Yeah, we rolled
Thank
out the
you.
red carpet here for you.
Yes, you did. Thank you so very much. It is an honor to be able to speak, and it's an honor for you to reach out to me, you and your team to reach out to me, both you and Tierra, to have me on your show. Um, I guess you want me to start by talking about,
So we
well,
listen, as we shared that, and let me just pause because it's important for me to share and read your whole bio because so many times we are here we talk about the sisters making power moves. And I know for me, I can't do anything without the help of the Lord Jesus Christ, without my faith and trust. But and so my power moves is all backed by him. But at the same time, um you're out here doing the work. You are moving and you're doing it, and we want to take a moment to celebrate you for doing the heavy lifting, because we know that it doesn't always come easy, especially when life happens, and you're going to work and you're coming home. But hey, within you, and as we're talking about tonight, the passion, there's a passion to that goes well beyond what you are dealing with, to make a difference in the community. So we want to take that moment to celebrate you for all of the awesome work that you're doing. As we've read your bio, we want to give you space to share. A lot of times people see the glory side, right? But they don't know the story behind it. So if you want to take a moment, and dig a little bit deeper in that backdrop of your story, and as we're talking tonight about when the profession and passion collide, um, what has really helped you to connect the pieces, or when did this journey begin? If you want to start from the profession and then how it connect to your passion, start however you like to start.
yeah, that's a story.
Right.
That's a story and a journey.
Yeah.
So professionally, in starting Peace on Patuxent, I'll start right here where I am today. With starting Peace on Patuxent, it is all about the word pause. It is allowing that woman to take a moment and pause with her diagnosis. when she is diagnosed, many times women are told that they have an option, that they have options, but the path is already chosen for them. It's really not an option. It's you will do this. So that is the pause. And I'm just going to sort of lay that as where Peace on Patuxent sits. While doing this, I've also launched um, my own organization, which is we have Peace on Patuxent, which is our nonprofit, but then we also have Senita Hill, which is a consultant that has grown out of Peace on Patuxent, particularly because Peace on Patuxent is a nonprofit, and it's a nonprofit that does not generate income. It is always pushing and feeding out to the ordinate to women and to the women who need it. And as a result, I decided that this organization would not stop. So how can we fund it without the government shutting us down, without people saying that we don't have enough money, what y'all gonna do with it, without depending on grants? So I launched Senita Hill, which is a professional organization that teaches women or organizations, not just women, how to hit when you get to that, I don't know what to do, and all this is going on. It teaches you how to use a method called reclaim to go to the next level, to move your purpose into an actual reality. That is profession for me. But it didn't come and it just didn't come overnight. This was Senita Hill was born out of Peace on Patuxent. Peace on Patuxent was born out of my own personal experiences, i.e., my own diagnosis with MGUS.
Mm.
MGUS, for those who don't know, is the precursor to multiple myeloma. Multiple myeloma in the African American community is very rarely spoken of, but you hear about multiple myeloma just by a different name in different communities. In any other community is called leukemia. So when I began to look at that, when I began to see the disparities already on that I had no idea of what it was. I knew that many other people didn't have any idea. That epiphany came long after I had been diagnosed because I didn't even want to deal with it. I went into my own, I took my diagnosis and sort of sat on it and still became the
Mm.
daughter, the sister, the niece. I did all of that and I sit on it for years. I'm going to tell you, it wasn't just one day. I sit on it probably most of that career you just spoke about until God whispered to me. I sit on it because I also had a mom at the same time, in that
Mm.
same time frame, who was diagnosed with lung cancer.
Wow.
She eventually succumbed to lung cancer, but in the process of her going through her journey, she spoke about the garden that is here at the property. She spoke
Mm.
about her journey. I saw her journey, so I understood. I also saw the other side of the coin. What's not in my bio is that I was a nursing student, and I paused in nursing early on because I knew that I didn't want to take care of anyone else other than my loved ones. I felt like I had just enough.
Yeah.
This is just enough. That's too much to
Mm.
take on somebody I don't care about. I did dialysis. I did all of that in that field for a long time. But then I was like, you know what? I don't want to use these skills for those persons. I don't want to burn out.
Yeah.
Let me reserve
Yeah.
them for my loved ones. So I believe that God was speaking to me all the time when I go back and I talk about reclaim. When you're talking about
Yeah.
researching, we look at researching as a going to the library. Actually, research is getting down and dirty in it. Research is
Yeah.
really sometimes just doing the work and not even knowing that you're doing the work. So being a nursing student sort of couched me for what was to come with caring for my mom and those loved ones. So as the time went on, my mother is now going through her journey. My diagnosis is in my back pocket somewhere. And
Mm.
and I'm still going to the doctor every 6 months because to this day I still have to go to an oncologist every
Mhm.
6 months. And there was a time in her journey and my journey where we both were sitting in the oncologist's office in a room waiting to see which one she was going to see. So I understand the process. I understand the journey. I understand denial. I understand the anxieties. I understand all of that. But there is no place that I can go, or that my mom could go, or that my sisters can go
Mm,
and breathe and think about, do I want to run a journey the way they say I have to? Or
mhm,
can I run it at my pace? And
mm,
if I choose to run it at my pace, will you then deem me as a non-compliant patient? Will you then say that I don't matter? Well, then will
Wow.
you forget about me and put my chart on the wall and never
mm,
come back to me because I made a decision? Or will my friend who is taking chemo, or my loved one who is going through the process and they take chemo, look at me and shun me because I don't want chemo?
Mm,
There's
mm.
so many paths. There are
So
so
mm,
many,
many
yeah.
paths, but where
Jesus.
do we stop and just think about, what do I want? Not only that, I'm a daughter. I'm a daughter. I'm the oldest daughter. So I had my own expectations for my mom. So you can imagine the expectations that I just gave you, the hospital's journey. This is how you're going to do it. They gave
Mm,
her commands. And then me, my being a loved one, I have my own. We will take you to the doctor. You're going to go to this doctor. And I remember feeling like she's saying, I'm tired. We were
Yeah.
dragging her. And we, I say we, because I'm no different from any other daughter, any other loved one.
yeah,
We
Mm,
yeah.
believe that that's the way you should go. We're going to go that way. And so you're going
Yeah.
to go to this appointment on Tuesday. You're going to go to an appointment on Monday. You're going to go to chemo on Thursday. And you're going to turn around and you're going to go to radiology, radiation on Friday. And you're going to get up and do it again. And I have cancer. She has cancer.
Mm,
Where is the pause? Where is the room where I can just go and sit, hold my breath, cry a moment because I just got a diagnosis that is life leveling that's going to change my world. I don't know how I want to do my journey. But if I can just
mm,
get somewhere and just sit and be still and allow that voice to just talk to me, the still voice, then I'll choose it. And then let me run my journey at my pace. That's
woo!
peace on Patuxent.
my Lord. My Lord, my Lord.
That's the Peace on Patuxent journey. We provide services here at Peace on Patuxent at no cost. We provide 2 days overnight retreat for a woman diagnosed with cancer. 2 days over, she's allowed to come to the property to stay for 2 days. If she's
Mm,
accepted to stay, we send transportation, not Uber, not Lyft. We send a limousine to pick her up,
mm,
and it is from door to door. When she arrives, she is greeted with a red carpet and a crown. We believe that every woman is a queen. The purpose of coming and sitting
mm,
in Peace on Patuxent and staying at Peace on Patuxent is so that you, that woman, can see, feel what she felt like before she was diagnosed with cancer. When she gets here, she will meet other women who are going through their journey. This is not about breast cancer. This is not
mm,
about lung cancer. This is about all cancers. So it allows
mhm,
you the place and the time to just pause, connect with other women. If we send these women, first of all, there is no other organization like us in the United States where they can see a woman that looks like me or you or an Asian woman or an Indian woman, any ethnicity. You may go into a room and they may be a one or two there, but they aren't brown like us. They aren't rooted in us. That woman over in the east side of Baltimore deserves the same opportunity to have respite as the woman in Potomac, Maryland. That woman in Southeast DC deserves the same opportunity. There's no different. But we don't know it until we get into a room with women who are talking about the conversation, who are saying, that doesn't work for me. And then they're able to say, well, let me try this. We don't know that a woman is scared to go and have her lumpectomy, or that she's scared to go back and get her breast augmentation done. We don't know that until they get into the room. And then
mm,
they have their own community and they talk about it. As family members, we don't even realize that they don't cry because they're still a mother, a daughter, a
Yep.
sister. They still have children. They still go to
Yep.
work. They still are committed to all the things that they had prior to being diagnosed. and we have expectations of them as loved ones. So with all of that, therein lies Peace on Patuxent. And as I said, Peace on Patuxent is a nonprofit organization. We have been self-funding for years. We are going into our fifth year. We've been self-funding, and as a result of the self-funding, I launched Senita Hill, which helps people to move their visions into processes that really work using the reclaim method. The reclaim method is research. It is research, engagement, communication, listening, implementing, applying, and gaining a mentor. Those are things that we weren't taught to do. Many of us were taught to be in a place by ourselves. And what happens with mentoring, because a lot of women want to, or a lot of folks want, well, tell me how you did it. Call me on SanitaMHill.com, because all of the funds will come back to here, because it's hard. You don't want to, we having this boots on the ground. I just know you mentioned the boots on the ground. We have boots on the ground. It is a fundraiser. It's a $45 fundraiser, family event field evening.
Yeah.
And the feedback that we get from the $45 ticket cost has been phenomenal. Like, oh my gosh, we got to pay $45. What are we going to get? It's not about you. It's about these women.
It's about
It's about the
the
women.
vision, the goal. Yeah.
We are so used
The
to,
mission.
on the other side, women are so used to, or we are so used to getting something.
What are we receiving? But what are you giving?
Right. Let's stop being reactive, because we all know a woman who has been diagnosed.
Yes.
The phone will ring. We know that the phone will ring for your sister, your loved one, your friend, family. The phone will ring, but we can't answer it if we're not here. The only way we can answer it is to make sure that we continue to get the funding. So I say, let's stop being reactive and be proactive. And ask for donations, ask for support, ask for sponsorship, reach out to us. This is all about that. The woman that comes for a day retreat, she comes and we provide breakfast, we provide lunch and dinner. So there are no words that can describe their experience and what they get. What it is I believe that God chose me to be the vessel. This is here for the women. I'm just a catalyst. And so all of the women who are our ambassadors, I share with them many times that I am the one who he just chose to have the vision out here. But the real champions of this organization are the women, our ambassadors, who have been through the program and who come back and say, Miss Anita, I'm going to get out here and I'm going to be a part of this organization, and I'm going to tell people about it. While they have cancer, they're standing out there, they're standing up in front of the council meetings talking about it while they have cancer. And we're not talking about stage 1, we're talking maybe stage 4, but they come out and they support us, and they're trying to let other women know, like, ladies, there's a place for you. And we don't charge your insurance company. And we don't ask you to participate in research. We don't ask anything for you. We just say thank you for trusting us to allow you to be the woman that you once were. That is what we do. Thank you, ladies.
Oh my gosh.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
Jesus have mercy, okay? Because
I'm so full.
that is First
I
of
have
all,
so many. Yeah, you go ahead, Lady T.
the work that you're doing there literally brings tears to my eyes, because we don't know just one woman. We know multiple women, if not several, who have been diagnosed with one form of cancer or another. And as Black women, we don't get the option or the luxury of crying it out. We don't get it. We don't have
Stopping the pause.
Yes, we don't get that. It's life and business as usual. I have a business to run. I have kids to raise. I have a household to maintain. I cannot afford to break down in this moment or crumble.
Absolutely.
you are giving women the space
Mm,
to fall.
mm. I think we, Lady T, I think we got, I don't know if we, let me know if you can hear me, Lady T. Look, she got so full. You can hear me, Miss Hill. I mean, I'm gonna jump in here because the work and the heavy lifting that you are doing in your team, it speaks volumes to number one. It's so many pieces that I could pull in now because you took us through your process. Um, and Lady T, let me know when you're back. But you took us through your process, and this process, um, it was personal for you. It was number one, personal for you. And I want to bring our guests in tonight, those who are viewing. Um, Miss Hill spoke about being a servant and being a catalyst. I had my question for you is, are you willing to be a catalyst? Are you willing to endure the process to get to the place where your your trial and the things that are you're experiencing in your life, they are turned over, and now you're able to serve out of that space? And I've just heard so much, and I'm just piecing it together because now you get to create a space for other people, a sacred space, I believe,
That's very.
to come in. And you talk about the pause. I always say that there is power in the pause. And as Lady T was saying, that as women, and especially women of color, we don't get to take that time to take the hats off. As you were talking about, I'm the mother, I'm the sister, I'm the daughter. I said, my goodness, all of the hats that we wear as women, when do we get to take it off? And then to now couple that with, compound that with having this life leveling experience where, or diagnosis that can that you don't have time to pull back the layers on. And now here, Peace on the Patuxent is creating that space for this woman to unplug from the beginning to the end of the experience, y'all. They are providing this. And so those who are viewing, those going to look at the replay, we need you to pour in, to donate, to give. We're going to get that information from you, Miss Hill, and we want to spread the news because I know for me, and I was trying not to, I could be sitting here boo-hooing, but personally, I have been that family member taking my grandmother back and forth to her appointments. She transitioned in 2021 for breast cancer. The second time, she had first she had another type of cancer, but it came back. But she always say, I lived a full life, but just knowing all of those different layers, and like you said, sometimes we as family members, we say, no, you're going to go to this, you're going to go, we're going to be here for you. But who stops to say, do you even want to, what is it that you want to do? That's the question. I wrote it down. It's how do I want to do my journey? That's the question that you're giving back to them in this space. And I so appreciate what you're doing, Lady T. Come on back, jump on in. You know how we do, we keep it moving. But I was just sharing how this has hit home. And tonight, we are talking about how one woman has taken her own diagnosis and turned it into opportunity and a sacred space and making an impact in her community.
Yeah, a huge impact, because
Huge.
that's It's
One
just
person, one lady
it's
at a
leaving me
time.
speechless. It's so amazing what you're doing. The work that
Yeah.
you're doing is so amazing.
That's a power move, y'all.
Yes.
That's the power. That's the power move. And so the reclaim method. So here, let's go through the process again. And Lady T, you stop me if you need to, but here you're working your profession, a lady of profession, a lady, you have that background, that history. You took us through. Wait a minute, not even the bio. It didn't have anything about nursing in there, right? But she shared that story, right? And how you're going through that, then you're faced with your own diagnosis. Then mom has hers, and you're walking lockstep with her through her journey. Tuck yours in the back pocket, as you said. But here POPi is birthed out of that, and then the nuggets or listening to your mom throughout the process. Now you get to, you mentioned the garden, this whole experience, different pieces of the experience that the ladies get to have at POPi are things that you gleaned from what you learned from your mom and along the way, right? And seeing what's really needed during that time. But then out of POPi, so that becomes blooms into your passion. But then even out of that, God's not finished yet, because here your consulting firm is even birthed out of that. What does it, what did it take and what does it take? Because you say even every year, hey, look, I still gotta go, right? What does it take as a woman in leadership, in your profession, in your community, in your family, in your life, wearing all these hats? What does it take to keep you plugged in into the mission and into the vision?
So I'm going to say first, I I have to stay plugged into God, because it is Him who
Mm-hmm.
directs all my steps. It is that voice that wakes me up at 3 o'clock in the morning. My team, my team is like, this woman is busy, but it
Mm-hmm.
takes 3 o'clock in the morning and I'm up to do the POPi job.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm off to my other job. Then I come home and I do another job. But it is all through His grace and mercy. I
Yeah.
tell anyone that I stay prostrate to the floor. It is hard. It is not, it didn't come easy. It's not coming easy. A lot of days I'm crying. I am crying a lot of days, shedding a lot of tears. And some
Yeah.
people, and let me say this, and it also means it's a journey that you walk alone, because no one understands it. He didn't talk to them, he talked to me.
Come on, can you say that for the people in the back, in the back seat?
He didn't talk to them, he talked to me. He didn't
Mm,
say, go get them. He said, G,
mm,
this is yours. And what I know about even launching
mm,
Senita Hill Consulting, I had to tussle with it, because that we know will generate income and will always make sure that POPi is here. However, without POPi, because POPi is the mission, POPi is the thing, that is it. And if I ever lose focus of POPi, nothing else will make a difference. That's the crux.
that's the
I can
core.
tell what Senita M Hill Consulting is all about. It's just helping you take the things that you know or that you've gathered along the way to get to your vision.
Mm-hmm.
There's no magic pill. We just don't
Mm-mm.
like to do it sometimes.
Mm. Do
But
the work.
again, it's all about listening to God. It's all about me
Yeah.
tapping in God, your higher power, your spirit, whatever. It's all about listening and being willing to work with people, collaborate.
Mm.
That's very,
Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
this is all about the women.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is POPi is all about the women. The property is my home that I turned into the property. I tell
Mm,
everybody that I'm squatting, so eventually I'll be moving on from the property as we
yeah.
continue to expand, as we
Mm-hmm.
continue to grow. Right now, we're doing 1 week in a month, and we open up. We kick off in May, and we go through October. Those are the services at the property. I am really no longer in the middle of the property. I'm not at the property as much, or
Mm-hmm.
you won't see me engaged, whereas I used to be engaged. So now
Mm-hmm.
I'm moving back so that we can continue to expand in it, and we can bring
Yeah.
on more people and help others to see POPi and help POPi grow. Because POPi, this is just the beginning.
This is just the beginning.
Yeah, this
And
is
let me just say that as you were sharing the story and the journey that you just embody, I can see is just this is it you embody the vision. It's a difference when you hear somebody they can talk about it, you know. It's just like they're exchanging information. But when you embody the vision, you can see how you live and breathe this. Like literally, you wake me up in the morning, I got you. Um and that makes a difference. And for that, um, I know that God has, endowed you with the necessary resources and anointing, and supernatural power that is needed and necessary to carry the vision, to walk with the vision, to run with the vision. Because in every season it might be different. One season you might have a stride, one season like I'm skipping, one season is like I'm running, and one season is like I'm waiting. God, you said, but I don't see it. But in every season, He's graced you for it. And so I'm trying not to just get up out my seat and just run around because this is um this so powerful. And so I appreciate you coming on tonight and sharing your story. And Joy, I see you out there, Lady Joy, Queen Joy. Thank you so much for sharing and making the connection. Again, it makes a difference when you know that someone is just not reading off of paper, but this is a part of my journey. And this is what motivates me to now help others. You talked about in the beginning the disparities and how you wanted to, in my own word, what I was hearing is educate the women on, and as well as their family members who are walking the journey with them, those who are surrounding them, about um the different um diagnoses and things that are experienced along the way. And so you pulled up your sleeve and you did that work. So in Happy, is there other resources where you is it only when they come on site that you provide education, or do you have information sessions? How is someone, if want to hear a little bit more, is it one-on-one? Um, what ways can they connect with you, if that makes sense? If
that
that,
makes sense.
yeah.
So when a woman comes to POPi, most of the services are on site.
Okay.
We provide direct services. Our services, we are not, I'll say this, we're not affiliated with any hospital, any doctors, and we are not licensed. We are a property where a woman can come and decompress. So a woman who's coming has to be at her optimum self, because everyone is optimum. She self-attests. If she has to be diagnosed or 2 years post-diagnosis. If she's outside the 2 years, we don't accept them because it's really when you're in that moment.
Yeah.
But you have to be at your best state.
Yeah.
And so what happens is when the women come, they form a community. We're not a part of it. When the women come to the property really becomes theirs. It morphs into, it becomes the spiritual place for them.
Mm,
And so it's their space. And so when they walk away, they don't come back to me, they go back to each other. They form a
mm,
community. And so we're just here. At the end of the year, we open up for 6 months.
Okay.
At the end of the year, so for 6 months, for the past 6 months, we've been doing sessions one week in a month. We will continue to grow as our volunteers continue to come on, as we continue to staff up. We will eventually be operating at full speed, closed one day. But right now, we're still at 1 weekend a month, creeping up to
Got you.
2 weekends a month.
Yeah.
And then we'll just go full steam ahead. So that is the plan. And the women, I lost my train of thought for a moment, but when they come, they don't come back to us. They go to each other.
Yeah.
And so in October, when we close our doors, we have a social. We bring the women back. All of the women come back.
Wow.
And then they meet each other. Because usually you only meet the woman in your group. When we have the social, not only is this year's group coming, last year's group is coming. So the groups get bigger and bigger, and they all realize, like, oh my gosh, you came through Peace on Patuxent and you did. So it's a moment, a social moment. All
Yeah.
come back. That is Peace on Patuxent. That's what they do. And so we will do the same again this year, where they all get to meet each other. And all of this is at no cost to the woman.
Wow. Wow.
At the social, they get to bring their family back. They get to bring one family member. Here at the property, we don't provide any services. Not to say we don't provide any service. We don't provide any services to the family. We believe
Got you.
that we allow that woman to ground herself, to catch her breath. She's good for the family.
That's good.
Yeah.
Wow. So how many women can be on the property at one time?
We have the capacity to bring 8.
The capacity.
The
Okay.
capacity. We are not at capacity yet. We are currently we bring 2 overnights, 4 day guests. So we still have room to grow 2 more overnights. So there will be a full capacity of 8 women at a time. 4 days.
Awesome.
Yes.
Yes. Look, I hear you said social, then I heard you about to say festival. I'm like, yeah, it's growing.
It's growing. It's growing. It is growing.
It's growing.
We're in the works. For our 5th anniversary, we do plan to have a gala, which is next year. So we are working, we're growing. We have some other fundraisers as we continue to grow. This year, I think we have another fundraiser that we're going to roll out during the holidays, but the social is closed.
Yeah, so tell us more about that.
The social is a closed event just for the women.
Okay.
That is all about them. Now, our fundraisers, Boots on the Ground. That's our first one. This Friday at Blank Canvas in District Heights, Maryland. It is on our social media page, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram. It's out there. Peace on Patuxent. That is our handle, how you can reach us. It's out there. Do share it. Grab your tickets. They are $45. It's going to be a fabulous time. We have DJs, dance instructors. I think we have food. We have food. And just come and put your little cowboy thing on. Come on. It's all for a good cause. Fire pits. I believe we have fire pits. We have shoes. Fire pits, games, raffles. Just a great time. And it is all being promoted and sponsored by our ambassadors. This is not about Senita Hill. This is not about Senita Hill. This is about our ambassadors. We are getting behind them so that everyone can see these women. These are the women who come back and say, I'm going to work for this organization. And let me say this. They do it while they're in remission. What the world terms remission. Because remission is not remission. Remission still brings on anxieties. It still means that they're taking some type of medicine that we can't. It means that they are just as worried as I am, but they're here and they're fighting and they're working for peace and protection. And they're saying, I'm going to show everyone what this looks like.
Oh, that's beautiful.
I wanted to say, I know this is, we're getting ready to kick off Breast Cancer Month, and I really wanted to thank you. And I don't want to, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention.
No, go.
And so I was intentional about wearing pink because I know when you replay this back, it's going to be in Breast Cancer Month in two days. So we have breast cancer, but we're not just about breast cancer. We're about all cancer.
Yeah.
After October comes November.
That's
November is lung cancer.
right.
Alarming rates. Women pass at alarming rates from lung cancer. And if you follow us on social media, we'll talk about every month. Our Hispanic sisters, they're turquoise. They're turquoise because they are out there at alarming rates being diagnosed
Mhm.
with cervical cancers and ovarian cancers. So there are so many cancers. And I will tell you, in talking to women in the community, that the cancers are popping up in places that we never thought they'd show up. So
Mm.
we're here for all cancers.
Mm.
But we're going to let breast cancer kick off
Mhm.
the month and our
Yeah.
awareness, not just for breast cancer, but for all cancers, for
Mm.
all. Because even if she had skin cancer, who's to say her skin cancer won't come back or it won't show up?
Yes.
We don't know, but we're
Yeah.
here for all cancers.
Yeah.
I just wanted to acknowledge that and say that while I was here because I love your purple background because to
Yeah.
me it's all about
You're
love.
bringing yeah.
Thank you.
But no, that is perfect
Yeah.
because we are this month we was focusing on uh education
Mhm.
and how but educating in all
Yes.
facets, right?
Yes.
And whether it's our health, our wealth, our
Absolutely.
going back for your profession, whatever it is,
Yeah.
just in life, you're learning. But all of this is important. And even for those, we'll just say, and you're right, we're kicking it off, but this is about everybody. And even
Yes.
as you talked about your consulting, with the framework of reclaim, POPi is given, I'm putting it all together, but given women and men too, right? Men, I know you have your focus, but I'm just going to say because men experience it as well, but the power to reclaim their peace,
Yes.
the power to reclaim their lives, the power to reclaim their journeys,
Yes.
one step at a time. Because as you said, even when you're in remission, you're still on a day by day basis, second
Yes.
by second, right? Iota by iota, reclaiming. And our mindsets have to shift.
Yeah.
Our perspectives have to shift. And even as you were talking about giving and donating, even with the fundraisers and things, you know, as we are preparing our hearts and minds to sow and to give, it's really about what can we give, what can we sow, and not about what can we get back in return.
Yes. Yes.
How can we empower? How can we fuel? Because sometimes, the mindset is we are what is it? People look at the cup half empty as a
Mm-hmm.
as opposed to full, or they looking at their bank, well, how I'm gonna give, and give what you can give.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
If it's
Yeah.
Absolutely.
$2, if it's $5, if it's 20, if it's 200, if it's 5,000,
Mhm.
whatever is laid upon your heart,
Yeah.
I am sure. If it's your shoe size, whatever it
Oh my
is,
gosh.
Yeah.
if you look at the clock and right now it says 750 and you give 750 or 750 or 7,500, whatever it is,
Because it all makes a
it's
difference.
making a difference.
Thank you.
Yes.
Exactly.
Thank
So
you.
I wanted to ask you, how can people donate if they want to offer donations, if they want to sow into your organization? How do you accept donations?
Peaceonpatuxent.org. Donate now. It's so simple.
We're gonna drop that in piece on if we can if Lady Joy is out there or somebody, we want to get that out there, piece on the Patuxent. So if there's anybody watching who wants to sow a seed, who wants to
Yes.
donate, because you might say, hey, I can't hop in on Friday, come in physically. You want to get plugged in and you want to sow your seed. Those who are watching the replay, we welcome you to do so. Also, they want to put in their all of their hashtags or IG social media platforms as well, because we want you to also help to spread the word.
Yes.
That's another way that you can sow the seed. You
Yeah.
can spread the word.
Mhm.
And because every day we don't know, even if you don't have lived experience with, right? A diagnosis, you are also, you never know what tomorrow might, you know what I'm saying? We all don't know.
We
And
don't.
so take the time to sow the seed, because you never know whose life that you're impacting.
So,
And I know it is greatly appreciated. Um, mm, y'all, I'm just so full tonight
Yes.
because I think that's all I can keep saying is that I'm full. We want to ask you, is there anything else that you want to share about, just anything else that you think that will be helpful in terms of the mission, the work that you're doing in the community, or anything about the any words of an inspiration or empowerment that you want to leave with our audience before we close out tonight?
thank you. Thank you. Again, first, I do want to thank you for the platform because this has been phenomenal. I just love you all's energy. It's just been great. But for me, we don't, again, it's the reaction. We don't have to react. Pay it forward. And I know these are hard times. These are hard times. I get
Mhm.
it. But even in hard times, we have sisters that are going through. This is a gift. We are in what I tell
Mm,
our officials. I love Brandon Scott. I've been following him. But what
mm,
I tell our officials is that we should be honored to have
mm,
peace on Patuxent in the state of Maryland. We might not use it. You might not use it, but you should be honored that it's in the state of Maryland because we service the whole state of Maryland.
mhm,
If
mhm,
she's in Elkton, we send a car to pick her up. If she's in the other side of Baltimore, we send a car to pick her up. If she's in Frederick, it doesn't matter. But you should be honored.
mhm,
Every person that hears my voice in the state of Maryland, in the DMV, should just be honored
mhm,
that this organization is in your backyard, which means you
mm,
can help. You can help. Give us a call. We don't know what your skill set is, but there is something that you can do. It's not always money.
mhm,
There's something else. There's somebody who knows somebody that got a black car limousine. That's our biggest expense is a limousine. And again, not Uber. They must be licensed. We do not, let me tell you, I'm going to say it before these calls come in. We do not
yeah,
play with our women. Don't
yeah, yeah,
call
yeah.
us. Don't email me with stuff that's and that ain't above ground.
Mhm,
That chauffeur got to be a chauffeur. He
for
got to
real.
have a license because that
Yes.
woman is precious to me from door to
Yeah.
door. So that's why she's not in an Uber.
Mm.
Mhm,
Don't call me if it's just your hobby and you want to come out here and do electrical work. This is their property. They have to be. We have to honor these women and the ones that
mm,
come behind them. And that's the importance. So when we talk about, and I'll say if I had one parting thought, take it back to your churches.
mhm,
We all women go to church. We all are affiliated with a church.
Yes.
And if a
mhm,
church was to input, it was to donate, sponsor two women, that's something else. And I don't mean two women today. I mean two women just say, hey, here's money piece on Patuxent. We'll send two people. But they got to know that we're here. because going to church is great. I tell y'all, I stay prostrate to the floor.
Mm-hmm.
However, they got to partner with us because that's where our
Mm-hmm.
women are.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's where our
Yeah.
women are. So we gotta,
Mm-hmm.
we gotta, we gotta connect it.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
That's it. So I'm not gonna get back on my stick because I know you gave me a whole lot of time to talk about it.
No, you're good. You're
But
Those
that's
are
good.
the
that's
important
true though.
pieces. And I'm not saying don't tithe, but I'm saying talk to your churches so that your
Mhm.
churches can know that there's a place for a woman and they should start connecting with it, not just in breast cancer month, because
Mm-hmm.
that'll be over at the end of October. The
Yeah.
women will
Mm-hmm.
be coming back in May. We have an
Mm-hmm.
awesome tea every year that is our staple. We sell,
Okay.
we sell, we got a place that's gonna have a tea. So you're gonna see that. But even those places where we
Yeah.
go, where we have things, that's where women need to come and see other women that look like them
Yeah.
or that are going through that they're not in the house alone, feeling
Mm-hmm.
like they can't do something else. I know I said I was going to wrap that up, but I just thought about it. I told people we as a
Mm-hmm.
nationality,
Mm-hmm.
the Black community,
Mm-hmm.
just came out of the closet, stopped putting our loved ones in the closet maybe 30 years
Mm-hmm.
ago. We just stopped putting our loved ones, if cancer was a taboo.
Mm-hmm.
So if we are just coming out of the closet, just imagine all the other people and all the other nationalities. And I said the Indians, the Asians, all of those nationalities,
Mm-hmm.
the Africans, French,
Mm-hmm.
who look like us, but their norms are different.
Yeah.
There's a place for them. It's
Okay.
here. They don't have to hide anymore. They don't have to put them away. We just want them to trust us and allow us to honor your women so that you can honor them. That's peace on Patuxent. Thank you again.
Oh, wow.
Ooh. Mm, mm,
Ooh,
mm, mm.
you tell us before, can you tell, is there and I know we are welcoming every seed, but is there a dollar amount that if someone said, hey, I want to cover one woman at POPi, is there a specific amount that will cover
Mhm.
from from start to finish?
Yes, for a day retreat, it is a $500 coverage. And for the overnight retreat, it is 1,500 for the woman.
Okay,
1,500 a day, $3,000, sorry.
got you. Listen, we can spend that. I don't know, but okay. Listen.
I'm gonna go on
Yeah,
mute.
yes, we can. Yes, we can.
I'm gonna go
Yes,
on
we
mute.
Right. Let's not even, because this will be a whole nother
So
conversation.
yes, so it's 300, it's 500 a day, it's 500 for the day retreat,
Okay,
3,000 for the weekend for the woman. And we do
got it.
and just so that you know, we do women in pairs. That's why it's so we can break one woman down, but we prefer a pair. We don't just have one woman come to the property. So I don't want people to think like $3,000 for a woman. No, we only do it in twos. We don't split them, but we do
Got
split up the day retreat.
Awesome. Wow. Well, listen, you all, you have heard it
Mm,
tonight. Go back, hit replay, take it
mm-hmm.
all in.
Yes.
You have been educated. I hope you've been inspired. I hope you've been empowered. Um, Miss Hill, she shared tonight her journey, her story behind the glory. She brought us up to speed to her passion and then her business, home-based business, her consulting firm, I'm going to say, that was even birthed out of the passion to continue to fuel and feed and expand the passion. So if you are wondering tonight, where am I? How do I place myself? Locate yourself inside of your particular journey? Can we just encourage you to embrace the process? Don't run back off of it. Embrace the process. Lean into it. Continue to pull back the layers off of it. You might have to, like Miss Hill, stick it in your back pocket for a second, a little bit, but at some point, You got to come face to face with it because you know what? Lives depend on it. But you can't get to the others' lives until you choose you. That's self-care to look yourself in the mirror and say, wait a minute, what am I doing for me? What am I doing for me? And so tonight, um, wow, y'all, a few times I'm speechless. But it's not like, I don't have the words, but it's just like sometimes you just gotta just let it sit in. I think that's that peace. You brought that peace. It's just spreading around. And so, if you're looking for peace, if you're looking for serenity, if you're looking for space, we want you to just get in a quiet space if you can at home, and go ahead and listen to the replay. We want you to share the message of POPi. We want you to sow a seed because it's going to help somebody else. Miss Hill, we really we're cheering you on. We appreciate you and all of the work that you're doing, along with your amazing team and ambassadors.
Yes.
Um, Continue the work, continue the heavy lifting, continue to embrace your process. And as you embrace your process, we know that even more lives will be changed. Here at Sister to Sister Talk Power Moves, you have a sisterhood, you have a family who is cheering you on. And
Yes.
I look forward to connecting with you even more and supporting POPi, and helping to spread the word. So if you have a church, you want to volunteer, you have a skill set, whatever you have that you can connect with POPi, look, it's time to pop up and make yourself known. Y'all, this has been Lady T. You have any other words before
I
we
just
close
want
out
to
tonight?
say, Miss Hill, I feel like you are the embodiment of what it means to let the Lord lead you.
Yes.
Um, and when we let the Lord lead us, like truly let the Lord lead us, get out of our own way,
Mm,
the impact that we can have is monumental. Um, and so I just want to encourage anyone who is unsure about the journey, unsure about where the Lord is taking them.
mm,
Ms. Hill has told us all the different avenues that she's taken to get here. I'm sure you asked her 10 or 15 years ago, this is not what she envisioned. However, she let the Lord lead her, and this is where we are. This is where
mm,
we are, and she is changing lives. She's giving women the okay to have a voice.
mm.
Um, and that is something that is absolutely priceless. It's absolutely priceless. So I just encourage anyone watching today, who is unsure of the journey, that the impact of just being led,
Mm,
you'll just never know. You will never know until you allow yourself to be led.
mm. There you have it, y'all. Allow yourself to be led. This has been another Sister to Sister Talk Power Moves. We are empowered and we are moving. Thank you again, Miss Senita Hill, for joining us. And y'all
Yes,
plug into POPi, follow, do what you need to do. But let's spread the word. We love you all. Take care, take charge, and God bless you. Next week, we're back here in October, y'all. So you definitely don't just meet us here, but beat us here. Take care.